Welcome to the Mike Litton Experience Podcast. Mike has over 31 years experience in real estate, finance, and investing. He's passionate about being a father, a teacher, a realtor, an investor, and a leader. Everyone has a story, and our passion is to help them tell it. And now, introducing the host of the Mike Litton Experience, Mike Litton.
So what is my time? My time is a set of experiences that have happened over my lifetime that I hope will be of value to you. Hi, I'm Mike Litton. This is the Mike Litton Experience, and this is my time. So as you all know, if you've been listening to the podcast, I grew up on a farm in Oklahoma, and I followed my grandfather around from the time that I was just weeks old, literally a baby, right? I grew up on that farm in Oklahoma. And one of the things that we would do every Monday is we would go to the livestock auction in Newkirk, Oklahoma. It was where my grandfather went to socialize. It's where he went to network. It's where he went to buy cattle, the whole thing, right? And there was a cafe in that sale barn, and the ranchers' wives would basically cook there for all of us, and they would sell food to us. And the money that they raised from that, they used to raise money for their Homemakers Extension. It was a club that they had there in Northern California. Pardon me. And they had the best food. I'm not joking. I couldn't wait for Mondays. One of the things that I loved the most was they had the best burgers on the planet. You know, here we are at a livestock auction, right? A sale barn cafe, and it's just this beef was just insane. So I loved getting a double cheeseburger when I was a kid. And one of the things that I loved the most was what we had for dessert, which was banana cream pie. And there was a time when I was, I think, 6 or 7 years old, that I was up there and they ran out before I got there. They were so upset when they saw the look on my face. They never wanted to see that again. So the next time that I came up there, they made me an entire pie just for me. How cool was that, right? So we go up there every Monday and we would walk in the door. And when we would walk in the door of the cafe, all these ranchers and farmers and neighbors of my grandfather's would be talking. And when my grandfather would walk in, the place would hush down. The volume consistently across the board would hush down. One day we walk in, the volume hushes down, and one of the young farmers that's a neighbor of my grandfather's says, "Hey Herb, when are you gonna dip into that pocket of yours and take some of that money and buy your grandson a decent tractor with a cab on it with an air conditioner? He was out there baking in the hot sun the other day working your place, and when we drove by, we feel sorry for him. So when are you going to spend some of that money of yours that you're so tight holding on to, right?" And my grandfather turned around and said, "Listen, if I'm embarrassing you, I'll run that thing at night." They never said another thing to him. And literally from that point forward, I ran that 1970 4020 John Deere tractor. If you know tractors at all, it's a 4-bottom tractor. So it had 4 plow shovels behind it. And I ran that thing the entire time. I never asked him for a cab. I never asked him for air conditioning. I was out there in the 100 degree heat in 90+% humidity, and I loved it. Now, was it hot? Sure. Did I have to deal with it? Sure. Was it tough? Was it hard work? Yeah, it was the hardest work I've ever done in my life. But here's the thing. It gave me perspective. Everything I've done for a living since then has been a lot less intense. It's taken a lot less effort. So when people talk to me about working hard in a particular industry, yeah, I have a tough time. They have a tough time convincing me that they're working as hard as I did when I was on the farm. Plus, every day that I haven't been working on the farm has felt like I was playing hooky. Felt like I've been on vacation, right? So it gave me an amazing perspective. Plus the things that I learned, unreal. The thing that I learned from my grandfather that day was determination. That man didn't care what people thought. He didn't care what people thought. What he cared about was his mission. And his mission was to take care of that farm. His mission was to take care of what he needed to take care of, period. Regardless of what other people's opinions were. He didn't care about that. He didn't live his life based on what people thought of him. He lived his life based on what he thought of himself. So if I had any advice for you based on what I learned, it would be this. Know your path. Stay to your path. Know what you're looking to do, what your end result is, and stay on your path, step by step, right? One foot in front of the other. Don't let the people around you who are going to be naysayers and criticize and try to embarrass you, don't give them the satisfaction of knocking you off your path. Stay on your path. Stay determined and stay dedicated to whatever it is that your goal is. This is the Mike Litton Experience. This was Mike time. I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, make sure you smash the subscribe button, tell your friends, family, and coworkers about our program, and leave us a rating if you like our program, wherever it is that you get podcasts. I hope you have an amazing day, and I'll see you on the next episode. We hope you enjoyed another episode of the Mike Litton Experience. If you did, do us a favor, smash that subscribe button, tell your friends, family, and coworkers about our program, and wherever you get your podcasts, please leave us a rating. It helps us to connect with quality people just like you.
And that's a wrap. Another episode of the Mike Litton Experience in the books. Reach out to Mike on Instagram at Litton Realty. Want to meet with Mike? Check out calendly.com/Rio760.